Hey everyone, my name is Jackie Hastings and I'm a Sapphire Ambassador with Plexus Worldwide. But I'm here tonight to talk to you about vision and opportunity that this business can offer for you. So I didn't start off at this level. I didn't start off with these things behind me. You see the blue, that's for Sapphire, the green is for Emerald, and the other little fun things back there, they're for other trips and other cool things that I've been able to do. But this really is for anyone. And I had no idea this was something I even wanted to do, let alone at this level. My husband and I are both physical therapists. We have our doctorates. We had good jobs. I'm going to hit mute here. Good jobs. And we didn't need another stream of income. But what we did need is solutions for our daughter who was having some health issues, both of them. And we had met with a specialist, both orthopedics and genetic specialist. And we mentioned some of the weird things that Kinley had going on. And they said, hey, have you ever had her iron tested? And the light bulb went on because I had a tendency to run anemic myself. So me being a mom, I was like, I'm not going to have my daughter tested for her iron because really a 3-year-old in needles, not really the most fun thing in the world. So I was like, I'll go get her some Flintstones vitamins. Well, I gave her those Flintstones, and guess what? Some of those issues that she was having started to reflect. Like, yes, this is awesome. But then I started reading some of the ingredients on there. I was like, no, this is not so awesome. The artificial colors and sugars and flavors, and the list goes on. Just made me go, oh my gosh. So I happened to, at the same time, see some posting that my friend Elizabeth had been doing. We had gone to PT school together. So I trusted her. I knew that she knew what she was talking about and had people's best interests in mind. And I reached out to her and said, hey, do you have anything for kids? And she's like, oh yeah, we've got this, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay. And she goes, well, if you sign up as an ambassador, you can get the best pricing. Well, I'm cheap, right? So I'm like, oh yeah, sign me up, cheap. And I was one of those people who was like, I'm not going to give you my social security number. What is this for? It's like, oh, well, if you make more than $600, then you'll get a 1099. I'm like, yeah, whatever, I can do that, but I'm cheap. Let's get it. Luckily, that social security number thing has disappeared now, which is amazing. We don't have that barrier, and grumpy people like me barking at people saying, why do you need my number? But let me hit mute here. Oh, we got it. So as time went on, I actually started taking the products too because it came in a welcome pack. And I've always had all these stupid girly issues. We've actually had trouble with infertility. I've had multiple surgeries, been on lots of meds, all of which were not good for my gut. And I called Elizabeth. I'm like, oh my gosh, I just started my period and like, I'm not dying. What is going on here? Because I was the person who would be bent over, throwing up in the shower because. So sorry if that's TMI, but this is real life thing that can really happen to you. So I started sharing that with some of my friends and they started to hop on board with me too, but I really still didn't take it very seriously. Then a couple more people hopped on and a couple more people hopped on and I started to grow. My hair started to grow and which was huge because it had been falling out in big clumps. And I was actually scheduled to see a dermatologist to find out what in the world was going on. I was on other meds for my joints because I have all these joint issues. And it doesn't look very good when you are a physical therapist and you can't move with a hoop because you hurt so much, right? So we started to make those changes. And then I started to attend some different trainings. I started to hop on some book clubs, some team calls, do some personal growth. I was able to go on a cruise for leaders retreat. You guys, that was amazing. Seriously, like a cruise for, wow. A lot of different things have happened and over time. And in fact, last year was crazy, right? I don't know anybody who had a normal year last year, but ours was extra crazy. My husband nearly died. My father-in-law did pass away. My father did pass away, and none of those were COVID. They were other long-term health issues and the side effects of poor health choices. And during that time, my kids were in and out of school, and we live in the middle of the woods in the UP. My little one that we started the vitamins for, she actually has a really hard time in school, and me or my husband not being able to be here to help them as they were in school, out of school, having to do it on their own, maybe online, God only knows what, that was not working. And I didn't like leaving them here by themselves all the time. We didn't have any family left up here anymore. So being able to cut my hours was really huge, so I could also take care of my father-in-law before he did pass. And then as time went on, believe it or not, when I was cleaning out my dad's house after he passed away, I tore my shoulder and was no longer able to physically do the lifting I needed to do for my job as a physical therapist. But you know what, God, he works in really weird ways, and all of the really bad things that have happened, they really have happened for a reason in my life. And this was definitely one of them, because then I really could not do my job as a PT. I tried to rehab it, but it was a mess because I'd torn it years ago. And so finally in March of this year, I did actually have shoulder surgery, and I was officially done with my job as a physical therapist. I'm still rehabbing it, but at this point, I don't have to go back to my job as a PT. This summer has been great because we've been able to actually go places, do things, not worry about who's getting in and out of school or whatnot, or if a kid calls from school, who's going to pick them up or try to take a day off and have their boss mad at them. And the list goes on, you guys. So, people might laugh and go, well, you have a doctorate degree. What in the world are you doing network marketing for? Well, you know what? Because of those freedoms. I don't want my kids to wonder who's going to pick them up if they are sick at school, or if they forgot their lunch, or the other thing, you guys, honestly, my stress level was so high. My anxiety was so high with work and coming home and trying to help a kid who has some special needs with school. It was a nightmare for both of us, and I was not my best. So being able to have more time freedom, having my gut more balanced, has definitely made me a better wife, a better mom. Lots of different things have been so much better. So, and you talk about money, I'm actually able at this point to make more money doing this than I do as my job as a PT, which is insane. And it's not just about the money, it's about helping people, getting messages from people saying, oh my goodness, my belly didn't sleep through the night, or I'm not feeling sick, or some of the other people on my team of, I have the extra money to be able to pay for my groceries. So this is all about what you want of it. You can put a little bit of time in it and get a little bit out of it. You can put a little bit more time into it, get a little bit more time out of it. Or, even if you just want your products, just be consistent with your products, people. Why do it hodgepodge? Make a commitment to 30 to 60 to 90 days. Make that 90-day commitment. 30 days, you're just starting it. I mean, you think about as a PT with an exercise program, you just start working out, you get a little results, and you're sore and you're grumpy and you're asking yourself, what in the world did I do this for? But when you look back after that month, you're like, man, I got some muscles. I'm feeling stronger. I can move. I was able to not be winded doing these things. It's the same way with this. And that healing process will continue. So it's healing for your body. It is healing for your mind if you choose to hop on to some of our book clubs, team calls, personal growth, any of that kind of stuff. And it can be so fulfilling as you're able to help people too. So I just want to cast that vision for you that there is an opportunity for everyone, whether you want products for yourself, your family, you want to be able to pay for your products on your own, or if you want to make this your income. So thanks so much for joining us tonight. I hope this has been helpful.